Uranium Friends checking in, SMR New Scale Power. Yeah, so I'm doing this video today because I just happened to notice this weekly chart on Friday, yesterday, that's putting in some constructive work. It's doing some work here. It's actually gotten a weekly trend change. This is a little weekly bull flag that actually ended up confirming. So, things look positive, but we're still on the monthly right now, and the Bears are in control. Okay, this is a fib pull from the top to the bottom here, and it's starting to use the 23% retracement as support, which is pretty good. It's built a nice base. When I saw this chart, and I looked at it. I don't even know why the hell I looked at it. I just, it caught my eye on my watch list because I just saw the move, and I decided just to say, hey, let me look at the chart because I haven't done it in a while. And this is what I started to see and said, okay. So then I started looking for some news because, this weekly stuff here, it looks kind of newsy. Um, but there's nothing, it's mainly it's mainly bad news, class action lawsuits, downgrades. Canaccord came in with a buy rating on it, in late January. Let's see where late January is. Yeah, so, here's where they initiated and they put their buy in. So, they probably got some moves off of that. And then the non FOMO, non chasers, you got your 12 EMA rejection once again, as it's been doing since July of 2022, August 2022. Where did it start rejecting? It's really here. Here's where your first rejection started to occur. So October of 2022. And it's just been hell since, right? So, yeah, weekly has changed the trend, and most importantly, and I talk about these riders all the time, right? The weekly 12 EMA coupled with the 50-day moving average, it's been riding it down, trending it all the way down, right? So that's changed. It's finally changed. It changed this week, right? So anybody who even sees this move, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not chasing it now." Well, are you really chasing it? It's finally changing its trend built after it has built up a nice base of support and coming into an area where there's very little resistance up until like over 5. So it's a pretty good setup. And look at the weekly RSI. Nothing to be saying bad things about there either. So SMR is actually looking like it's making a material change in the stock, but still aware bears are in full control here, right? So then what's your first indication that the bears have lost control on the monthly chart is if it takes out this yellow line, because the yellow line, which is the monthly 5 EMA, has been the guide on the monthly for bear control, full bear control. Just like on the weekly, the 12 EMA has been the guide for full bear control. Okay? Weekly bears have lost. The weekly bulls are starting to show that they're taking over. They've done it with a trend change and they've done it with a moving average break. So positive things on the weekly, positive things on the daily, right? This was a hell of a pullback here, right? Probably nobody expected that one. But that's a good smackdown, right? And I guess you could start looking at your Wyckoff distribution models and see what's going on there. And it would probably explain a lot of that action, but whatever. I'm not a Wyckoff guy. Um, so yeah, it is starting to get a little hot, and we are coming into earnings. So it does keep me a bit cautious, but look, we've overtaken the whole entire moving average stack, and it's starting to use that as support. You pretty much have a clear line of where one could sit there and say, let me define, how can I define my risk? Well, you could define your risk by about $1 right now. All right. So if it takes out this 346, then, we have to see what happens below this level and hope that it holds the weekly. But there's definitely material change in SMR. Anybody who might know the news that could be driving this that's not posted, just let us know. The fundamental guys probably have a better handle on this than I will, right? I'm barely paying attention to the fundamentals. I know what this company is, know what it was, I know what the chart and the price action is, but There's price action change here. It's very material. And when trends change, they can change and be sustained. So I'm absolutely expecting some sort of rejection in this 5 to 550 area whenever it gets up there, unless it's, backed by volume and news. But you could see even here, right? Capitulation volume, absolutely. But we're starting to get good volume again. You're starting to get, this is like accumulation volume, right? A little less on the red side, a little bit more on the green side. Show some sign. Volume profile show some sign that it's building, it's put in a nice base. So SMR is worth paying attention to. Give me some cool off on this daily, which I would probably expect. Let me get through earnings. Let me see what it's like before earnings, and then I'm going to keep this on my radar. I'm ready to probably start taking a look at this more seriously and maybe getting some positioning and some trading in on it. It does have an option chain. It's on the big boards. Those are all good formulas. So bottom line, bears are still in full control. This flag will become a little bit less likely if it gets up into this 420 area. And, it still has this resistance to 376 that it's got to take out, right? But if it takes out this 376, it's taking out this monthly 5 EMA ride. It's going to be doing a lot of good work. It's probably going to, maybe have some trouble in here, but, you can see there's a launch pad forming here, and it's kind of gotten above it. It's not fully through it yet. And, a couple of rejections along the way. But SMR is starting to look interesting to me. This chart is more constructive. Okay. And that'll be that. Let's see how it plays in the next week or two into earnings and how the space in general plays, because yes, we are getting a bounce. But yes, we were also getting a weekly EMA rejection here. So and this is URA, by the way. So like anybody knows, riding all these moving averages up, now they're riding them down, needs to overcome that. So, for URA, getting over 29 is going to be good. A little increase in volume here, it's going to be good. So SMR, keep your eyes on it. It's made a change. There's a character change in this stock, in my opinion, and it pays to pay attention. Over and out.